recording. And the usual thing is happening. And let's see here. That's rolling. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
You said she was a Pissmeyer.
Well, she is a Pissmeyer. She's the biggest Pissmeyer I know.
What's a Pissmeyer?
Shut up!
The morning stream. The morning stream. The morning stream. The morning stream. Morning stream.
Those bastards are turning back. This is the morning stream.
Morning stream. The morning stream. Morning stream. Morning stream.
I don't know what a Pissmeyer is either. Chat room's discussing
either,
it.
yeah.
I don't know what it means. Some old-timey freaking, hey, it's the
It's
1800s.
Pissmeyer,
Hey,
right?
you're such a
Pissmeyer.
Pissmeyer. What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm going to see if, because there's so many different, a small black ant.
That's it? A Pissmeyer?
Yep, a Pissmeyer.
Oh, I thought it was like a mire made of urine or something.
Sure, I would think so too.
Let me look up the, here we go.
Like
Free
a
dictionary.
Pissmeyer, like in the Frostmeyer, but the Pissmeyer.
Yeah, the Pissmeyer. Okay, here's a pronunciation on dictionary.com.
Pissmeyer.
Okay, well, it's just what we thought.
I don't think we had any question about the pronunciation.
No, it says an ant. You're correct. It is an ant. Although origin of Pissmeyer is 1350 to 1400 AD. Middle English Pissmeyer, equivalent to piss to urinate plus obsolete mire ant. Perhaps less than Scandinavian, compared Danish mire, blah, 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 blah. So there's a bunch of... Oh.
So it's the origination of the term piss ant.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's a pejorative name from stench of formic acid proper to ants, it says.
Wow.
All right. Pissmeyer. All right, so the house... Oh, no, call the exterminator. Why? The house is full of Pissmeyers.
Yeah, or in colloquial, or not colloquial terms, but in military terms, listen up, you little bunch of Pissmeyers.
Yeah.
I want you to get out there and give it your all. Give me 20.
Yeah, instead of ants, he could go two syllables and
Pissmeyer.
Hi everybody. Hi, we're here. It's Thursday, December 5th, 2019. It's the morning stream. I'm Scott Johnson. He's Brian Ibbett, and we're here to do a show. Brian.
What I'd really like to know is, do Pissmeyers have brains?
No. Actually, they do,
We
but they're
haven't heard-
super simple, right?
Do you have that? You play that. We haven't heard her in a long time. I feel like I'm in a nostalgic mood for the "Do Dogs Have Brains?"
All right.
girl.
You are barking up the right tree because I happen to have dogs.
Pun intended and appreciated.
Indeed. Let's see. You got to find it though. Just take me just a moment.
Okay.
Here we go.
We're gonna hear
Okay.
5 dog referenced clips before we hear the right one.
Here it is.
I predict
think.
5.
Dogs have brains because I seriously wanted to know.
I wonder what she's up to. You think she's still just rocking the YouTube and making it happen?
Yeah, I mean, unless there's a Mensa conference going on right now, probably on YouTube.
Yeah, probably. She might be busy working on her next TED Talk, but probably on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I remember the video of that thing is her talking about dogs and brains, but also the camera was way up here so that you could get a view of her mountainous breasts.
And her top, her top was cut to way down there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was possible that a couple hundred Pissmeyers could hide in that that cannon.
Oh, well played. Nice callback.
See? Callback. Immediate callback, we call that. Not much of a deep cut. Anyway, I don't remember her name, but somebody out there want to find her. Let us know how that goes. That'd be great.
What's she up to? Because she's got a camera poised way up high. I like how I've turned Adam Curry into Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, good job. The creator of RSS feeds and podcasting. Nice job.
Yeah, invented everything. And I think he invented MTV too, didn't he?
We never do hear from that other dude anymore. I mean, the other guy that claimed to invent
Dave Weiner.
Dave Weiner. What's he? Dave? Is it Dave?
I mean,
Weiner?
he was the Adam Curry had the need, but Dave Weiner performed the deed.
Oh, there he is. Born in '55 in Queens, USA. He's still here. All right. You just don't hear from him anymore. It used to be he'd show up on some podcasts and talk about some stuff. Oh, he's on Twitter. Let's see. This is some old school podcast deep cut here.
What, though? It's important for the people to know where we come from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should know where we come from.
You should know where we stand. Oh, he tweeted not but 3 minutes ago.
Oh.
Yeah. He's
Does Adam Curry have brains? Because I seriously really wanted to know.
You know what it is? it's just all political now. He
Yeah.
doesn't like Trump much, talking a bunch of Trump smack, making fun of Rudy Giuliani's eyes. All right, we got that going.
Well, I don't like his eyes either, if that helps.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right,
Oh
well,
my God, what did this Trisha Paytas, by the way, is the self-proclaimed American media personality that asked the question about do dogs have brains.
you found her?
Yeah, somebody in the chat room found her, actually. Rusty Nails 102 found her.
Holy crap, you guys are amazing. Okay.
She's had some unflattering work done, I think.
Oh no. What territory are we in now? I want to see now. I have to see because you said that. So what's the link? Give me a link here. Where? Well, I don't see.
Yeah. All right. Oh.
Okay.
Let's see. She's been criticized for coming out as transgender. Why is she not transgender?
Oh.
Okay, guys, serious debate, topical question we have going on. We had a big
Okay. This is back in the day, so I got to look at early. Okay, this was back 2013, so we got to go back.
Here's a link. Oh, okay. She's getting criticism for coming out as transgender because she's attracted to gay men.
That doesn't seem like. Okay, you know what?
Hold on. I'm really trying to parse this out.
Let's have an educational moment here. I don't think that qualifies.
No.
I don't think that's how that works, right? Like that's not one of the tracks.
Yeah, that's not quite how that works. So her latest video, as of October 8th, 2019, so fairly recent, she says she is transgender in her latest video.
Mm-hmm.
She says she identifies as a gay man because she is attracted to other gay men and loves glam and quote loves glam and voluptuousness.
Well, that I gathered from her dogs have brains business. But I'll tell you this. I think she's probably just saying it to stir up dirt. That's what I think.
You think?
With her 5 million subscribers.
Paytas, who is infamous for her trolling videos and emotional outbursts, started trending, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah, here she is. Let's hear what she has to say.
It is time for a sex toy review haul, and this is by far my favorite that I have done, reviewed, worn. I have cozy lingerie, cozy like sleep sets. Like not everything's like super. I mean,
Oh, she's reviewing sex toys. No thanks.
Could she maybe use some of her money that she's made? I don't know how much money she's made on maybe a microphone,
Probably a lot.
so she doesn't have to use the room mic from her webcam.
That's the funny thing is if you've got 4.5 million subscribers, I guarantee she's making a much better than living wage. So I don't know why she's using like an iPhone mic or a phone mic or something. It's terrible.
It's
anyway,
horrible.
so she needs to knock it off. That's lame. That's a dumb thing. But then again, hey, do it for the gram, do it for the likes, do it for the upvotes, do it for the smash and the subscribe.
Right.
Yo, it's your boy. Do all that.
So, question number 1, is she on Cameo? And if so,
oh Lord,
how much does she claim?
All right.
Or how much does she?
I'm gonna say.
I think there's very little doubt that she's going to be on. Yeah, she's absolutely on Cameo. How much does Trisha Paytas charge?
All right, we're gonna start trivia early with this question. Here we go. I'm gonna say she charges somewhere in the neighborhood of $200.
Very good, $250. Well done.
I'm good at these for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was getting. I did those good. I did the before. Oh, it says she has a video supporting Trump in 2016. Then she deleted it. And now claims she has never voted. Yeah, it's doing it for the likes, man. That's all she's doing. It's fine. Let her be who she is, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to save this call for the end of the show because I'm going to pull in Gidget now.
Okay. Pull in the Gidge.
Yeah, we're going to get the Gidge in here. We got science fiction to talk about. Hold on a second. Why isn't that working? There she is. The Von LaRue herself enters the business, the building.
The psi to the phi.
Yeah, that's what I call it. It's how I say it. We got to play a little intro, though, for her, which is this right here.
Trivial
There
things.
she is.
It's Trivial Things with Gidget Von LaRue, all the way from down under. That's Australia. To all of you people who don't know what that is, I don't know how many people there would be that wouldn't know what that is. But anyway, Gidget, you're on the show. Hi and welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. So good to see you.
Oh my gosh, Brian's wearing glasses. I love
It's
this.
been too long.
I'm just wearing these are my Gunners.
I like them.
I was gonna say, first of all, I am the Mandalorian.
Oh, see, there we go. Now, so we know she may not be Lucy, but she is the Mandalorian.
I am
That's
the
right.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So that we can sort that shit out straight away.
Yeah, I'm playing your theme music here. Can you hear that? It's like, ooh, listen, ooh, it's the Mandalorian. You like that stuff down there, yeah? You guys are into it?
Yeah,
Yeah?
big time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the Solo movie,
Mm-hmm.
but everything before that, I kind of, and I'm a huge Star Wars person. Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, love.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Sure.
Grew up with them, but then I just started to lose faith in them, and then the Mandalorian came along, and I'm like, this is exactly what I want.
Mm-hmm.
This is feeding me.
Yeah.
This is great, and Baby Yoda is also me. So
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this is explaining a lot about the lore behind
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing.
He's a
Yes.
he's a cute little guy. Well, I'm feeling good about our chances today with the trivia you're about to present to us.
I'm feeling good with Scott's chances. Really, I think the Scott's the horse to back in an 80s sci-fi.
Oh, you
race,
think
but
so? All right.
you reckon?
I will do my best, but
I'm gonna try real hard. So I should do a little preface here. Once a month we have Gidget come on as a regular thing now. Once a month, every Thursday, like final Thursday of the month or whenever we can get it in. And because of the holiday, I got a little weird this time, so we're doing a little late. But we do this little trivia thing, and it's fun, and we like it. So Gidget, take it away. Tell us the topics and how we're gonna do this. Let's go.
Okie dokie. Okay, this is 80s movie science fiction.
Ooh.
okay.
So I did horror last time. This is science fiction.
Okay.
I need to give a shout out straight away to Jamie Brand at the TMS Mashups.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in contact with me to do some devious things.
Mm.
Oh, I like that. I guess.
And and a big shout out to In Search of Tomorrow as well, which is the new doco from the guys that made In Search of Darkness.
Oh,
So
cool.
they helped me with some of the questions as well. So
all right.
all right, who wants to go first?
They're hooking us up with a copy of the doc, aren't they? The
Oh,
doco,
are
as you call it.
they?
Yeah,
The
did you get them?
doco?
No.
Really?
Copy of the doco. No.
No doco. Not yet. Should we roll for who starts
I'm
first,
gonna
Brian, by
I'm
the
gonna
way?
Sort that out.
Oh, sure. Do you
We
have
had a
a?
competition
I
winner
have-
too, and she needs to get that as well.
I have a way to do
Oh,
this,
yeah.
Brian. Let me bring up my dice
All right.
roller.
Okay.
And let's do a D20, actually.
And I am officially right now hiding the chat room. So.
So am I.
goodbye,
Chat room's out of view, out of sight. All right, I'm gonna roll a D20, and I'm gonna say it's somewhere near 11. You tell me where you want to be. And we'll see where it's closest.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Hold on. We're figuring out who goes first. So I'll say.
yeah, okay.
What do you mean somewhere near 11? What are you talking about? Somewhere near 11?
I'm rolling. So I'm rolling a D20, a
Uh-huh.
20-sided dice. I say it's gonna be closer to 11. What do you think it'll be
Oh,
closer
okay.
to?
Your pick is 11.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
basically
say,
picking a number between 1 and 20. Is basically.
I'll say 10.
10. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. You're all going to think I lied. I can
Is it
show you
11?
the screen. I literally rolled 11.
Okay.
Here,
That's fine. There's not a real benefit to who goes first. So does it?
Oh,
totally
second
doesn't.
roll was a 12. Just because I wanted
Wow.
to see. It just like all the numbers are working for me today. Here, Brian, look at this. I can't believe it. I have to show
I believe
this.
you. I believe you.
No, I know. It's
I
not
won't be
gonna-
able to see it.
They
'cause,
might be working for you, Scott.
Oh, I
They
can see it. There it
might.
is.
Yeah.
Choose your dice.
Isn't
There
that
it
crazy?
I believe
rolled
you. I
11.
trust you.
Insane. All right. Anyway, Gidget, it's on you now to see. Oh, I'm first, I guess. So let's do this.
Yeah, you are. All right, dude. Number 1. What is the name of the company that is responsible for creating the replicants in 1982's Blade Runner?
Oh, geez. The company?
And it can go to Brian, and it can go the other
Oh, we can
way
have
if
steals?
one can't get it. Yeah, you can do steals.
Oh my gosh. Something with a T.
Tick, tick.
Tryon.
Say that. Say that.
No, that means it's wrong.
Should say that one.
Brian, you are
Tycho.
wicked.
Tycho. No, Tycho's
I
the
say
trains.
Tycho.
Don't say
Say
Tycho. Taika Waititi. Trico, Trico,
Taito.
Tyrial.
Taito made it.
Tyrael. Tyrell.
I knew he was gonna work his way into it. Damn it.
Tyrell.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Tyrell.
Yep.
I got there
That's
because
with a
of
big S next to
Diablo's
that.
own Tyrael. It got me there. All right.
Yeah, no, you worked your way into it. It was like from like beanbag to Tyrell, so you did really well.
Am I allowed to do that to work it
Of
out in my
course.
head?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
no rules. Rules are
This
boring.
isn't
All right.
Jeopardy rules where like
yeah, exactly.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, you have taken too much time.
All right. I'm keeping score, but also someone in the chat just so that we are accurate.
Someone in the chat will keep score. I'll keep score.
Cool,
All right, so that's
cool.
one for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian.
Yes.
Brian. Number 2. Which replicant believes they are the only human in Blade Runner?
Oh, that is Sean Young's character, and her name is Rachel.
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
You would have probably. I would have. I mean, if it were me, I'd give it to you just because you said her character. But nice job. Also, I forgot. I also forgot
right,
she
number-
was the only one. Sorry.
Also,
Number-
batshit crazy
Yeah.
from all accounts.
Yeah.
You know what? I heard a couple of British guys interview her on one of their podcasts,
Mhm.
and they were the crazy ones, not her. She seemed really quite
Maybe she's chilled out
reasonable
now.
and very agreeable.
She's chilled
She's
out
just
now.
a bit,
Has she?
Yeah.
just a bit, you know.
Back in the day,
Well,
she
it
was
the whole
stalkery.
Catwoman. It was the whole Catwoman and James Woods thing that.
Right, but you know what's
Yeah.
funny is now that we know certain things about James Woods, I'm starting to wonder if it
Yeah.
wasn't more him than her. So
You
Yeah,
know what?
exactly.
It might, there might be something there for
yeah,
sure.
he's kind of a butt.
Yeah, she just seems a bit wacky but goofy, but she was beautiful.
Oh,
She was so beautiful. Okay, number 3. This goes back to Scott.
Okay.
And Brian, you can hop in if you feel. And there's a couple of optional choices as well. All right. What are the various houses fighting over in the movie Dune?
Oh, the spice control of the spice trade.
Correct.
Oh, nice. Okay, that seemed too easy. The spice must flow.
Like, okay, well, he's got this one.
Don't
All
get
right.
comfortable.
All right.
Spice must flow. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. All right. Brian,
They're fighting
What
over
do
a young Alicia Witt.
I am really sorry for this question, Brian.
Oh God! All right, hit me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What is Khan's full name in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan?
Oh,
We know this.
we do know this.
I know it.
Yeah, I know you do.
I bet you do.
Ricardo Montalcan is his full name in Star Trek II.
Ricardo Montalcan. It is Khan Noonien Singh.
Khan
is
Noonan
Khan
Singh
Noonan
is
Singh,
correct.
yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep.
Ding.
Well done. You got that.
All right, big breasts on that guy too. All
All
right.
right, Scott. It's back to you again.
Okay.
And Brian, you can come in at
Yeah,
any
we'll
time.
see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
All right. What is Kevin Flynn, Jeff Bridges' job in Tron 1992? Is he
Oh.
A computer salesman,
Uh-huh.
B, a software engineer,
Mhm.
C, a graphic artist, or D, a motorbike mechanic?
It's software engineer, whichever letter that was.
Correct.
He also owned Flynn's Arcade.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have also accepted arcade owner.
I knew this was your element, guys. I knew the horror thing there, but I knew like science fiction, this is going to be a thing. Okay, so I think it's
It's for
Brian.
Yeah, it's Brian's
next.
turn. Yep.
Oh, Brian, I'm sorry
Oh
for this.
no!
This is
Why
one
did
that
I have
stuffed up. This is
why
the
didn't
one
I
that
pick
stuffed up my
11?
partner. I asked him all these, and he knew every question apart from this one.
Really? Okay. Oh God!
Yeah.
Apart from this one. Oh crap.
Yeah, apart from this one. Yeah,
All
all
right.
right. So it's a multiple choice.
Okay, well, that helps.
What date does Marty travel back to in Back to the Future? Is it
Okay.
A, July the 4th, 1955,
Nope.
October 31st, 1958,
Nope.
November the 5th, 1955, or March the 12th, 1950?
November 5th, November 5th, 1955.
Damn, dude, you are good.
Yeah, that was good.
You are good.
Well done.
Right.
Well, I knew it wasn't a holiday. I knew it was in November, and I knew it was 1955. So.
Yeah, not too
You're
bad.
good. I feel like I should be wearing glasses.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that would fit in.
Where are my glasses?
Because we're
You're
all
wearing beer
them
glasses.
today.
How's that?
Yeah, I'm wearing wine glasses. Hang
Wine
on.
glasses. Yeah.
Bit of a pause.
Yeah, wine glass
Pause
versus
for the cause.
beer goggles.
Okay. All right, number 7, Scott.
Yeah,
All right, another multiple choice.
got it.
What is the name of Sarah Connor's roommate in the 1984 movie The Terminator? Is it Marianne, Buffy, Kitty, or Ginger?
Oh my gosh. Marianne and Ginger are on your list.
And Buffy and Kitty.
I'll guess. I think probably, given when that thing was made, the name Ginger probably is the most common. So I'd say Ginger.
Correct.
What? Shut
Wow.
up! Really? That's a total
Wow.
guess. I was a
Yes.
complete guess, dude.
Yes!
Amazing.
I
You
guess
did bloody well,
100
mate. You did bloody well.
Somebody check his
Well done.
sleeves.
100%.
He's doing,
100% guessed it.
He's
I didn't
Shazamming
cheat.
or Siriing or Alexing or something.
Something about it sounded right. I don't know. That was weird. I did not expect to get that. All right.
Because she says it, and that was the thing. She says it. She like phones her from the club, and she's like, "Ginger, are you there?" So it's one of those things that goes into your head.
Yeah, maybe
So,
that's it.
well done.
It's a subliminal thing. I pulled it out.
Maybe,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I would not. If that would have gone to me, I don't know if I would have been able to guess Ginger, even with whatever 3 guesses were still left. I don't know if I would have pulled Ginger out on that one.
Yeah.
Wow, well done.
Oh
well done.
Well, Brian, don't get too cocky because
Oh,
the next
no,
question is a multiple
I'm anything
choice.
but cocky right now.
Next question is a multiple choice, and it's in 1986 RoboCop. Murphy had a first name. What was it? Was it
was
Joe? Was it Joe, Peter, Alex, or Bob?
All right. Well, Peter's the actor's name. I don't think it was Peter Murphy. Plus, that's the name
That's
of
that's
a
the-
singer in Bauhaus. And,
Yeah, the
so on.
Bauhaus singer. I love his solo stuff. He's so good.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. All right, who's left besides what you said? Joe.
Okay, I'll go through them again.
Yeah,
It's
please
A,
do.
Joe,
Mhm.
Peter, Alex, or Bob.
Bob.
Oh geez, yeah. I'm thinking Alex Murphy. I'm gonna say Alex.
That's it.
That is correct.
Yeah, well
Okay,
done.
good.
Good job.
Brian, well
I
done.
was hoping for a steal there.
thanks.
Yay! All right, Scott. It's another names multiple choice for you.
Okay.
This one's a bit tougher.
All right.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. In Aliens, what was Newt's real name? Was it Rebecca Smith, Rebecca Johnston, Rebecca Jordan, or Rebecca Jones?
It
my
was
gosh.
Sally Mander.
Can you give me that first one again?
Okay. Rebecca Smith,
Smith.
Rebecca Johnston, Rebecca Jordan, or Rebecca Jones?
Oh my gosh. For some reason Jordan jumps out. Rebecca Jordan.
Correct.
Oh, whoa,
Wow.
whoa,
You guys are nailing this.
Wow.
Holy smokers.
I'm going to have to do,
I'm-
like 80s romantic movies or something just to check you all.
80s rom-com.
If I remember, it was on
Yeah,
like what? It
rom-com.
was. She had like a little ID badge thing that was by where she would sleep or something, right? Or,
Yeah, and she had a little medal as well in the longer version of Aliens, which is the best one to watch, which makes more sense. Yeah, she had a little medal that she'd won an award, and it shows her name as Rebecca Jordan.
Okay.
So,
This
well
reminds
done.
me.
Okay,
This reminds me to
right.
go back. I need to go watch those freaking movies again. I love alien
Yeah.
movies. Oh my
Oh,
god.
they're so good.
So good.
Alien and Aliens. Don't need to watch the rest.
They're all-time classes. You know what? I actually like 3. I'll stand up for 3 because 3, with its problems, it absolutely has problems, especially the beginning. But it's a space prison, and that's badass. And I love space prisons, so I kind of give it a pass.
You know what? I don't have a problem with Aliens 3. I know there was problems with Aliens 3,
Yeah.
but I don't have a problem watching it because it's got Charles Dance in it.
Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, he's
But
awesome.
I was pissed off that they killed
Oh, no, you mean Charles
Everyone
Dutton?
but
You mean
Ripley
Charles
at the
Dutton or
beginning.
Charles
Ty-
Dance? Charles Dutton.
Charles Dance is hot.
Wait, which one?
Charles Dance. Tywin Lannister.
Oh, he's in that? Oh, he is in that. He's
Yeah.
the doctor guy. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then
right.
Charles Dutton is the inmate that turns kind of good. And
Right.
then there.
I just did a. I'm getting all hot and steamy.
It's
gesture.
probably,
Showing Brian.
It's probably the only time Charles Dance has played a good character, right? Like, and not a jerk.
That's true. He didn't get shot on the toilet in that movie.
He did not.
Nope.
No, he got eaten by an alien.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's up? I forget.
That's me this time.
Okay, so it's Brian. So number 10. All right. So I rounded this off. Usually I do 15, but I did 16 so that it's an even number.
Oh,
All right.
good,
So
okay.
number 10. What is the name? And this is another multiple choice. What is the name of the rebel base on Hoth in The Empire Strikes Back? Is it the Echo base, the Gamma base, the Alpha base, or the Delta base?
It's absolutely the Echo base.
Nice.
Yeah, damn straight it is,
Yeah,
dude.
good job. Nice job. I was
Oh,
hoping
you guys
you'd
are
get that
nailing
right.
this.
Yeah, that one immediately sounded right as soon as you said it, even though I
Because
think
that's their call signs are Echo when they're doing the
Echo Leader. We've got a thing with
exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
Doing
I
the
totally get
snow speeders. Yep.
See, I need to go and get my glasses. I need to go and get my my black
I
rimmed
can
yellow
take mine off
glasses.
and then Scott will feel like the odd man out.
Oh, I like seeing Brian in his glasses. There's a good look to it. I think he.
Yeah, because they're not the same as yours.
Yeah, I think if Brian tossed contacts for good, it would be a uptick in your look. It's a good look.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean you look bad
thanks.
otherwise. I just mean it's like leveling up. It's like it's an improvement on an already.
Can you send me some wine? I think I need to start drinking.
Sure.
Yes,
You'd
ma'am.
look better with glass. Ah, better. Oh, thank you. Oh,
There you
good.
go.
Oh, that was
There
good.
you go. Have a big sippy poos.
All right. Whose turn is it? Mine?
Yummy.
It's Scott's turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did
Okay,
you-
yep, Scott's. So, all right, number 11.
Yeah.
All right, dude. What country are the men in the helicopter in the opening scene of The Thing from? Are they from Iceland, Finland, Denmark, or Norway?
Oh wow.
Oh, geez. That's awfully specific. I want to say it felt like there was a lot of Borka going on, so I'm going to say. I don't know.
I don't think Sweden was one of the choices, was it?
Well,
No.
I think of.
No.
I think
Yeah,
of
Iceland, Finland, Denmark, and Norway.
I'll say Norway.
You are absolutely bloody correct, mate.
Wow. Wow.
I can't believe that one's right. Oh my gosh.
You guys are killing it. You're killing it.
This is just
I thought
luck.
these were
That was
hard.
luck.
This is
Yeah,
the
you
wild
guys are
ass
like-
guess episode here going on.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Oh, I'm
that
sorry,
last
I've
one
got
was
to
not
let up.
cool.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Brian. Or it's Brian's turn.
The fire
Right.
up. This is
Yeah, fire
wow,
up. This is getting exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Blaze up.
number 12, Brian. Right, this is just a single
no multiple choice.
answer.
Okay.
So if you don't get it, Scott can get it. Okay.
Sure.
So name the actor originally cast as Marty McFly before Michael J.
Oh.
Fox got
That
the
was-
role in Back to the Future.
It was good old Eric Stoltz.
Yep.
It was.
Yeah,
Nice one.
They even
Yes.
have some stuff with him filmed.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, this is going to
Actually,
be a tie.
I thought they had most of it filmed, didn't they? Wasn't there a story that
They
like
might
They had
have.
some of
yeah.
it filmed. All the bar scene at the beginning with Biff, they had that filmed, and then the director just was not working well with Eric Stoltz.
That's
so
a
he went
bummer.
on to make Mask.
Yeah, Mask was cool
where he had a
though.
big-
Go play Rocky Dennis.
Yeah.
Eric Stoltz.
Yeah.
Rocky Dennis, your mom is Cher. Go. Oh, wait, that's Madonna. Sorry. Go ahead. What was I telling?
All right,
hold
Brian-
on. What
Brian-
song
oh,
am I
no,
thinking
hang
of,
on.
Brian?
So,
Scott.
what, you just like the guy who's been getting every 25% chance answer can't tell the difference between between Believe and Ray of Light.
Yes. I screwed it up. Hold on, Believe. I got to play it in my head. She says,
Believe in love after love.
Okay, I'm good now. I got it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank God. Long national nightmare is over.
Oh, goofy guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my turn.
Okay. Scott, number 13.
Yeah.
What does Nada, the drifter, in 1988's They Live used to detect the aliens and subliminal messages?
His sunglasses.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's chewing gum. Damn it.
Correct. Oh, dude, you're doing well.
Yeah.
You're both doing well.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very proud of you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
there's-
you're
yeah,
doing
there's-
well.
I'm up-
There's a Scottish accent. It's almost like your Kentucky accent.
Yeah, almost. It sounds
Oh,
a little
yeah.
like that Lucy
Yes,
person that comes
close. Yeah.
on. Yeah.
I can nearly do the Lucy accent, nearly.
Yeah,
nearly.
nearly.
Yeah,
yes.
nearly.
Get really close to it.
Trust me, it's not me.
Uh-huh,
I
I know,
promise
I know.
you, it's not me. Okay, Scott, number 14.
How about
What
I
was
get
Aunt-
one? How about I get one? Because
What?
he had sunglasses. Scott got
Oh, that was me.
sunglasses.
I
It's
got
my
the
turn.
last one. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Brian's turn.
Oh, that's right, it's Brian.
How about
Okay.
me? How about me?
Oh, yeah, I'm not ignoring you, baby. There's no way I'm ignoring you. It's all good.
You're distracted by
good.
your smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at him going, oh, yeah, I'd like one. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Brian, number 14. What was Arnold Schwarzenegger's character's name or nickname in the 1987 movie Predator?
Oh, crap.
Oh.
That wasn't
I
it.
think Scott's easily going to steal this one because I am completely. His nickname was Chopper. I know it's not Chopper.
No, it ain't Chopper, baby.
No, take it, Scott. I have no idea. I can't pull this
His
one out.
name would be, and I love Predator 1, so it's burned into my head, but his name is Dutch.
Dutch, right?
That is correct.
Good job.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what reminds me of it
it's a
too? I've been
steal.
playing Red Dead Redemption, and he's there's a character in there named Dutch, so it's always reminding me about Dutch. Anyway,
That's a huge steal.
yeah.
That was. Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Yeah.
I'm up by, according to my score, and chat's not open, so I don't know if this
Like
matches
3,
theirs. but
4, I think.
4. I'm up by 4.
Someone will be keeping score.
I'm up by 4 at the moment.
Hang on. PG for Scott is 9. Brian is 5.
That's about right. 9 to 5. Another.
9 to
great
5.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Working 9 to 5.
Yeah, 9 to
What
5.
a way to
Make
make
a
a
living.
What are you reading there, Scott? Are you reading the chat room there, Scott?
No,
I
I'm
see you
looking-
looking closely
I'm
at
looking
the
at mine.
screen there.
I'm looking
oh.
at my notes here.
Oh, what are you reading? What are you
Yes.
reading there, Scott? Looks
Yes.
like you're reading something awfully closely right there.
Here, I'll show you. Look, here it is.
Oh.
I was looking
dang.
at
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
going down.
that, making sure I'm counting right.
I'm out.
Whose turn is it? I forget. Oh, it's
It's Scott's
yours.
turn.
Hang on. So, Scott, I think you stole that from Brian. So the next question is for you,
I
Scott.
did
Okay.
indeed. Yep.
Okay. Oh, Brian, I'm so sorry for the 16
No,
question.
no, that's all
I'm
right.
so sorry. I mean, it was up to you guys who went first. Who played Virgil or Bud Brigman in the 1989 movie The Abyss?
Oh, Ed Harris.
Correct.
Ed Harris is awesome. He's great
so
because he.
awesome.
Yeah, he is great. He breathed in water. Later, he barfed it out again. At one point, he tried to resuscitate. What's her name?
Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio.
Yeah, and she had
Yeah.
there was a booby in that. Showed her booby in that scene.
Yeah, she walked off.
Yeah.
She actually, if you watch the making of The Abyss, after that scene, that actress actually walked off and said, "I'm never coming back again," and she's never ever come back to do a reunion show or a
Oh,
making
really?
of show. She's just like, fuck that movie.
I didn't know that. Is that true?
I didn't know that either because she was upset about the topless scene.
Well, Ed Harris is very
Method.
into his role, and he really punched on her chest, and he nearly
Oh.
broke her ribcage.
Oh,
ribcage.
jeez.
And so she just went, "Nah, screw this. I'm out of here." She walked off. She did come back professionally to finish off the movie, but that's why she was out of. She was a good actress, and she was out of it for a long time. She's come back now, but she was just like, "No, stuff this for a joke. I'm not putting up with this crap."
Oh, by all accounts, Ed Harris is a pretty nice guy. He probably felt pretty bad about that in retro. I bet he
Oh,
feels
sure,
like
seems
crap.
like,
about
yeah.
it.
Except
Oh,
on
he
Westworld,
probably, yeah,
didn't
he
seem like a
probably
very
did.
nice guy.
I think they all did. No one wants an actor to walk off set and go, "Yeah, stuff
Yeah.
this movie."
Yeah.
sure.
I'm out of
Don't
here.
trust that man in black. He's gonna break your rib cage.
That's right.
Gonna pop your sternum.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right, give me
Brian.
a Dune Spice level question for Pete's sake.
All right, Brian, this is your final question.
All right. Oh, is it worth 6 points? Because I
Yes.
think that's my only hope.
It's only worth 6 points if Scott puts me back on camera.
Oh, sorry. You're back on camera. Go. You're good. You're back now. It'll take a minute because it's
I don't do all
It's a
this
delay.
shit for nothing.
She does it for the views.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
No, I did go to dinner tonight, so that's fair enough.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right,
that's
so
nice.
Brian, number
Yes.
16, as this is the hardest one of all.
Oh, of
As-
course it
as-
is.
Well, you both picked who goes
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
so
yeah. It just
as
seems
doc-
like all the even-numbered questions are. Oh, Brian, I'm sorry about what I'm about to ask you.
They kind of do.
Because I find you both sweet, I don't want you to answer wrong.
Right.
So
Yeah, we want us to. You want us to win. I understand that. You're a
Listen,
gracious
you know,
host.
you didn't have faith in me on that Back to the Future date question, so you know, maybe I'll surprise you on
Exactly.
this one too.
Yeah.
exactly. All right, so Dr. Zarkov
Sure.
receives his brain drain images from his memories.
Mhm.
They appear on screen in Flash Gordon. Clytus, the metal face guy,
Right.
exclaims, "Now he showed promise." To whom was he referring to?
He was looking at a quick flash of Adolf Hitler, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
Yes.
Nicely done. Very good. I
I
wouldn't
was
have got
wondering
that.
if you're going to ask me which Beatles song Hans Zarkov remembered to kind of snap him out of his brain drain.
I would not have gotten that one correct if that's any consolation. There's no way I knew
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
Okay.
And I've even
Well
seen
done,
that.
Brian.
Well, we saw it for Film Sack, but I just don't remember
Yeah.
that scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well, that's it. That's it.
Oh,
So
let's see
it's
what the big win
Wow.
is. So, all right, hopping back in the chat to confirm.
Let's quickly tally up those scores.
1, 2, 3. Whoops. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
10-6,
9,
Scott.
10.
It's 10-6. It's 10-6.
Yeah, are we sure? Okay, 10-6. What do you guys say in the chat? 10-6. Okay, confirmed. My numbers match theirs. 10-6. That means, I think, Brian still leads by 1 game, though. Right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're probably tied. I think it's 2-2.
Oh, I thought you were
'Cause
still
I think we've
ahead of
done 4 of these games, and I think I did.
Yeah, I think it's about
better on
even.
the- Yeah.
me. Is it?
I think we're 2-2.
Maybe someone in the chat.
And,
can
and
track
what
that
do you
down.
what do you guys think about sort of the end of December doing a Christmas movie quiz
Let's do it.
of any
Oh,
era,
wow.
not 80s.
Yeah, that's
Right,
fine.
right,
Any era.
Yeah, that's fine. We can.
As long as there's a liberal dose of Die Hard questions in there.
mhm. Yeah.
And Elf.
Yes.
And Elf and Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, you could do that. You
Yeah,
could say,
yeah.
what's her name do? What does Uncle Lewis try to tell his wife to do at the dinner table? Say the blessing. The blessing. The blessing.
The blessing.
I love that
I don't know
guy.
why he does that with his fingers. It's weird. The blessing.
Because that's going to make her hear better is by pulling the words out of his mouth and pushing it toward her.
You asked for it, you got it.
And the cat in the
Okay.
box.
Yeah, oh, cat in the box. Sure.
Very, very funny movie. That's actually our Christmas movie for the Retro Cinema.
Cool.
But I am a co-host of the Retro Cinema podcast. We only do 80s movies. And we've just released Staying Alive.
Oh,
Oh,
the sequel, the
that's a bad
Stallone, the Frank Stallone directed, right? Is that right?
No, Sylvester Stallone directed it.
Sylvester
Frank Stallone's
Stallone.
got music in it. The Bee Gees have
That's
got
what it
music
is.
in it.
Yeah.
Cynthia Rhodes is in it.
Yeah.
It's
John
horrible.
Travolta.
It's horrible.
It's
We
not
need to watch
fucking
it.
horrible.
We
It's
need to
not.
watch it
It's
for Film
brilliant.
Sack.
It's so bad.
It's great. Please watch it for Film Sack.
It's not
'cause it is
good.
so good. The songs are so good. But come and check us out at the Retro Cinema podcast. You can find us. Just type us into Google.
All right. We'll find
You'll
you.
find us.
Yeah, we're going to
Good.
find
It's a
you.
Great show. Everybody should check it
Well
out.
done, boys. Though
Yeah.
you did.
Thank you,
both
Gidget.
did really well.
Yeah, thank you very much. You killed it as host once again. I cannot wait to see how we do next time we do this. It's Gidget Von LaRue, everyone. Thanks very much. We'll see you later. Didn't mean to cut her off.
Aw.
I cut her off. I didn't mean to do that.
I do. It's fun when we cut someone up in mid sentence, though.
Yeah, it's a fun tradition here
Oh yeah.
on the morning stream. All right, as it turns out, we do have time for one news story, at least, maybe 2.
Well, we have time for the intro for the news. I don't know if we have time to read a story after I read all this.
This is pretty long. Doing this as a favor to a listener who's got a cool thing going. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But first, I'll play this. The news is brought to you by
We all know how hard it can be to shop for family and friends during this period of the early winter when several holidays occur, such as Christmas, New Year's Day, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. This Yuletide season, you can make your shopping a breeze with unique, one-of-a-kind photography products from a fellow frog panter. Visit roosterbeak.photography and enter code PULLAJOHNSON at checkout and receive 50% off your next order. Again, that's roosterbeak.photography and enter PULLAJOHNSON. Spaced out, I don't know if the capitals matter, but it's capital P and capital J, but you put spaces in between the words.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in as your code at checkout. 50% off your order. You can also visit him on Facebook and Instagram at Roosterbeak Photography and drop him a line. Thank you and happy Christmas time.
Did you know there was a .photography domain?
I did not.
Jeez.
I'm surprised. I thought it would be like .photo, right?
Yeah.
You'd think that they would just abbreviate to photo.
That's what I would have thought. Oh, it's very
You're
nice.
have you gone to that site?
Yeah, I'm looking now.
It works?
Yeah, it looks really good, and it turned out great. Although it forwards to something, but the .photography is a legit domain. Wow.
Huh.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
very
I did
nice.
not know. Oh yeah, it does redirect you, but yeah, it does. It takes you to the right place.
Yeah.
Look at that, really cool stuff too.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Anyway, go
Wow.
check it out. One of our own, doing
Yeah.
something cool. America is bracing
Oh no.
people.
Oh no, Scott. Oh no. Okay. All right.
Yep. And you're like, what, Scott? Something about the impeachment hearings? Is it something about the global warming or the huge snowstorm? What is it? What is it?
Right. What is it? What are we bracing for, Scott? Is it a war on Christmas?
No.
Is it a war on Thanksgiving? Oh, it's a war on Boxing Day.
It's a war on fast food.
No.
We're bracing for a possible French fry shortage after a very poor potato harvest. Idaho, we're looking at you.
Yeah. No kidding.
What
I like.
happened?
I like how. Boy, they're really trying to make Americans feel the sting. Not saying like, oh no, it's a potato, not famine, but like a potato drop. No, hit them where it hurts. Tell them it's French fries.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's not. Oh no, you're not going to get your scalped potatoes, Americans. No, we know how Americans think. It's
Yeah.
French fries.
Now I can actually pull out my old dad joke I used to do when the kids were little. I'd say, oh, I wouldn't eat that potato or those mashed potatoes or those French fries. And they'd say, why? I go, oh, that potato had the blight, I'd say. Which is a stupid joke because blight means lack of potatoes, right? It just means there aren't any. It means a famine.
Well,
and so,
right, a blight, famine.
yeah. So now I can do it again. I can say, oh,
You can,
careful.
good.
There's a that's got that potato right there's got the blight. That's what I'll say.
The good news is I've been stockpiling French fries for years in case this is going to happen. They're all under my driver's seat in my car.
I was gonna, but perfectly preserved, mind you.
Perfectly preserved,
Yeah.
a nice stockpile.
Thank you. You really, I mean, your neighbors and those who in need around you are really going to benefit from your.
Right. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll put them on eBay.
Yeah.
See if I like when the potato shortage is at its peak. I'll try and sell all the French fries I've been stockpiling.
Brian's a fry prepper. That's what we call him.
Right.
It says cool conditions started to hit growing regions, meaning potato growing regions, in October, lashing potatoes with frost. Farmers in Alberta and Idaho were able to dig up some damaged crops for storage, but growers in Manitoba, North Dakota, and Minnesota received snow and rain, forcing them to abandon.
Is that in the brass section of Canada? The Manitoba?
The Manitoba, what'd I say? Oh, it was supposed to be Manitoba, right? Not Manitoba.
yeah.
I like a good big band. I like a band, and I like a Manitoba. I don't know what that was. As the wild weather hurts crops, an increase in fry processing capacity in Canada has boosted demand. The combination will lead to tight supplies and is likely that the potato prices could climb this year across North America. Stephen Nicholson, a senior grains and oil seeds analyst at Rabobank. That's a job. That's cool.
Rabo, yeah, no kidding.
He says in a phone interview, international costs may also rise in the U.S., but let's see, won't be able to export much, so we're not going to be able to send stuff overseas. Let's see here. The United Potato Growers of Canada estimated 12,000 Manitoba acres, about 4,900 hectares, or 18% of the province's planted area, were left unharvested. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's almost 20%. That's like, that's huge.
If you're the Irish, you start going, now you see how we feel. This is why we came to your shit country in the first place.
Exactly. Hon, how you're going to be looking at us, aren't you?
Yeah, you're looking over here now because we got plenty of potatoes. Back in the day, we had a blight of our own. Take that, America.
if my Australian accent can be the gravelly, angry guy, your Irish accent can absolutely be the yelling little Irish guy.
It's the only way I know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. It's just like he's all pissed off and freaking out.
People are still talking about the blight joke. Blight is a disease.
Oh, I thought blight meant
Famine
lack.
is a lack.
I thought
No.
blight was like the lack of potatoes. No.
No. Blight is something that can happen to the potato. You'll still get your potato, but it'll have the blight.
Blight. Oh, so the joke isn't even a joke. It's just like a real statement.
It's a real statement. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. This is changing my whole life view.
Sorry.
No.
I hate to.
Potato blight,
to,
identification and treatment for the potato blight. Oh my gosh, all this time this is like finding out that crocodile tears isn't what I thought it was. Do you remember that? Crocodile tears? Or
When he's talking about that, like you thought they were just large tears.
Yeah,
but no, they're fake tears.
When I learned what raw dogging actually meant. We talked about this on Core last night.
Yes.
Came up yesterday too, but.
Did you? But you learned. It was a while back. We
learned on here.
Yeah.
I think it was TMS where the lesson was taught.
I think it was. I don't say we learned on here.
Some potatoes. I gotta quit lumping you into this. Some potatoes resist the blight better than others. But you're right. Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, there's a picture of a potato with the blight. It ain't pretty. It looks like World of Warcraft blight when stuff turns green and decayed and.
Oh yeah, and why didn't I think that the blight there would be any different? Because I know what the.
Right.
And when people say "may a blight be upon you," it doesn't mean "may a lack of potatoes be upon you." It's not what it means.
No. May a disease commonly associated with potatoes be upon you.
Yeah. Potatoes infected with the blight are shrunken on the outside, corky and rotted inside, also stink and once smelt, never forgotten. Says this article. Boy, that is a poetic thing to say.
Yeah. Once you smell it, you won't forget it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's a thing.
Dang.
Yep.
Let's do that.
Well, let's talk about chicken. In particular, a teenager was rescued after being stuck in a Chick-fil-A high chair, thanks to firefighters. Some a-hole teenager got stuck in a chair.
He's like, I bet I can fit in that high chair, and he does, and then he can't get out of it.
Well, in this case, it's a lady. It's a girl, but same problem.
Oh, okay.
Young and dumb. It wasn't the type of extraction call the Ammon Fire Department usually receives, but firefighters came to the rescue regardless and saved a teenage girl stuck in a restaurant high chair. It happened Tuesday around 9:30 p.m. at a Chick-fil-A in Ammon, where Addison Trent is her name, who turns 16 next week. Oh, she'll be behind the wheel of a car soon. Good Lord. Was enjoying dinner with her friends. They ate their meal and then dared one of the young ladies to see whether or not she could fit in a high chair. Ammon Battleton Chief Jesse Williams told the local paper there. This is Idaho again. Oh, this is a nice little connection because they have the potato problem.
Oh, see, well, now and also now we can start making fries out of chicken. This is what Burger King has been trying to push us towards all along is having chicken-based fries instead of potato-based fries.
That's right. Have it your way, they would say to you. She says she accepted the dare and was able to get into the chair but couldn't get back out. She was with other high school students there at the Firth High School, dressed as cowboys after attending a basketball game against Tenton High School in Firth. They went to the Chick-fil-A. Anyway, she got stuck, couldn't get out. They pulled her arms. They tried to run and jump. Nothing worked.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's a video. So Pops and Recline posted the video of her stuck in the chair, and it's
I gotta see this.
It's as funny. Oh God! And she tries running with that thing, but how's that gonna help?
That's my question. Let's see.
I mean, obviously she got into that position.
Yeah. I don't know.
All the firefighters.
Oh my gosh, dude. This is great.
I mean, really.
What is she running for?
Couldn't she just use isn't there like a screw holding that bar in place that's kind of blocking across?
I wonder if she ever panicked, because I would. Would you? Because you get a little claustrophobic, but it's not quite the same, right?
No. I mean, I'd certainly panic if I was trapped in something like a vent and I couldn't get out of it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But
like
something like
welcome
this.
to LA or come to LA, we'll have a few laughs kind of stuck in a vent.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm looking at this video. I mean, it's like she whoops, there we go. Accidentally replayed it. Ugh,
you don't want to do that, dude. Jeez Louises.
But it doesn't look like it requires. I mean, like 8 firefighters showed up to get the 16-year-old out of a out of a high chair.
I'm going to argue that's overcompensation for the need. There's too many firefighters there.
Do you think it's like a let's teach her a lesson by having a bunch of us publicly embarrass her?
Oh,
we could just send Bill, but let's all go and really teach her a lesson.
I don't exactly disagree with that. Maybe that's the case. This video is now playing some Santa thing, so now I'm turning that off. All right. Well, that's going to be all we have time for today in the news. We're going to take a break. When Wendy comes back, or when we come back, Wendy will be here. When Wendy comes back, so will we. Very much looking forward to that.
Let's just say we'll all be back when...
Yeah, we'll all be here. So you should too, listeners and live watchers. Before we do that, though, another song from Brian, and he brought it, so he'll play it. What is it?
Sure. An album that is coming out tomorrow from the band West Wind. This is the leadoff single. It's called River. It's a funk and down-tempo dance acoustic electronic combo. Anyway, it's good stuff. It's got who was I thinking? Big Data kind of feel to it. If you remember the band Big Data from a couple years ago.
I like Big Data. They were good.
That's who this kind of reminds me of. West Wind is the band. River is the single. They're from Australia, aren't we all? Here is the song River.
Happy Thanksgiving, happy Thankles, happy Thank Garnish, happy Thinkstagram, happy Thingamurn.
The butter sauce on my niblets corn.
The Morning Stream. The sugar and cream in your coffee. Aw.
We're back, everybody. Welcome back to the program. Good song, I'm sure, was played. I listened to him after the show.
Oh, it was great. It was a great song. Great song, Scott.
I have no doubt that it was very good. Although, for some reason, I don't have today's music. That's weird. Yeah, it's not.
Oh, really? Did it not upload?
It's not in there yet. I don't know why.
I'm showing... Yeah, my stuff isn't turned off. It's in the TMS covers folder in the OneDrive.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't see it.
Is my OneDrive off? I'll see if my OneDrive is off.
It's either way. We'll get it. That was
that was an update. And you don't find out. There's no message that comes up until you try to launch OneDrive, and it says to continue using OneDrive, you need to install an update. Well, why not? Lead with that.
That's a bad
when
design.
I start my machine, or when I
agree.
When I need the update, give me a message that says you need the update.
That's bad design.
Don't wait until I'm relying on it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You'll get that. You'll get that while we're talking to Wendy.
And I've really liked OneDrive. It's been fine as a replacement for Dropbox for me. No issues, been great. But that one little thing is super dumb.
That's really dumb.
It's really annoying. Anyway, all right. We're what are we doing? Wendy. Yeah. Hold on. I am woefully unprepared. Okay, there we go.
Oh, you even had that whole song to get prepared for this, Scott.
I know.
But
it was like a whole 4 minutes. And what did I do? Squandered it.
That's right.
As my mom might say.
Squandered it talking about OneDrive.
Yep. That's how I work. All right. Hi, Wendy. You there?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, my gosh. It's Wendy, you guys. Here, listen to this.
Something wrong, Batman? Has anybody seen Wendy?
Barnacles in a wad.
She's right here. She's on the show. She is back from her fantastic Thanksgiving break that we also had last Thursday, and I assume everything went well. How'd it go?
It did. It was great.
Yeah.
We ate a lot and ate a lot. That's what we did.
I definitely plateaued this week. I've been losing weight, but this week I stayed the same as last week, and I think that maybe because I had a lot of turkey and things. Although turkey's not the fat stuff, but I never had a pie. I never had any never had any stuffing.
Yeah, Tristan made sure that I only got one slice of the pumpkin cream pie with snickerdoodle crust that I made last week.
Doesn't that sound good?
Because I didn't. So I cut the pie into fourths, and then as we needed slices, I would cut one of those fourths into slices. And so we brought home the rest of the pie from Thanksgiving, put it in the fridge, and Tristan consumed the last 2/4 because he thought those were individual slices.
I see. That sounds like a Tristan move to me.
100%.
So, Wendy, I need to clear up a family memory I have that I don't think is accurate, and Brian reminded me of it because he talked about snickerdoodle pie crust, okay?
Okay.
Was it you or Misha that made the snickerdoodles all the time when we were growing up?
I have never made them in my entire life.
It must have been Misha then.
Because I don't like them.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. Because I remember I liked them, but also my memory is that one of the sisters, it was definitely not Tara, was making snickerdoodles all the time. And the other day when I was thinking about these cookies, because I can't have them anymore, and I was thinking, oh, I think that's Wendy who made those all the time. Wonder if she still makes those. And then I went, maybe it wasn't Wendy. Anyway, I was going to ask Misha even, and then Brian reminded me to ask, and so now I know. You never made them, and you hated them. Boy, I had that wrong, didn't I?
I mean, I'd be desperate for some sugar and I would eat them, but I don't love them. I did not cook on a regular basis till I was like 26. So
Yeah.
it was, any cooking memories don't have me in them.
Sure. Cooking for Wendy was opening the bag of Haribo gummy bears and then
Gummies?
eating them. Yeah. That was all she was a candy person growing up. That was just you.
For sure. That's plenty of energy. It was fine.
It was fine. Well, for those who are just tuning in for the first time ever, which seems weird, but if you are, and that's fine. If you are, that'd be great. We do this on Thursdays. It's called Therapy Thursday. Wendy comes on the show. She's an actual therapist and helps people all the time. She's also my sister, for full disclosure, which really shouldn't matter because we don't talk about stuff that, it doesn't matter. Anyway.
Buy his book. That's
yeah,
your disclosure.
there you go. So having you here is always fun. We always get to talk about sometimes hard stuff, sometimes helping people in specific ways. This week, we're going to talk a little bit about money, how it affects how we see ourselves, our self-identity.
Or even the reverse of that. So first of all, I want to start with something on the Instagram.
Whoa.
So if anyone is available to...
Are we doing it for the gram? Hold on, I'll pull it up. Is it your Is it your
Pull up
Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay.
And go to Kids Are the Worst.
Instagram.
She's a local Salt Lake lady, and she's very funny. Anyway, and I would like you to go to her post. It's like 3 back. So you see a little Grinch face, and there's some typing, and then it's a Snoopy snow cone machine.
Okay.
Did we see it?
I'm looking.
Hold on, I'm still getting there.
Snoopy
Because I had to log in.
snow
Was not logged into the gram.
I'm on the web page.
Okay, so
I see the car with all the snow in it.
Oh, I see the Snoopy snow cone
Did
machine.
you see the Snoopy snow cone? Okay.
I don't see it. Why don't I see it? Where is it? How far down is it?
Top right corner. It's
Top right corner.
so
So
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you said third down, I was looking third row. Okay, I'm on it. I see it now.
Third over. Okay. So it says this will be the 35th year in a row. I don't get the Snoopy snow cone machine, but who's counting?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I saw this and had like such an interesting reaction because that was like the dream gift.
The desired present. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She and I must be the exact same age or something. I don't know. But I also never received the Snoopy snow cone. But I just remember that being like the thing, the it. I mean, it was 5 minutes of being the it. But just first of all, I love sugar, obviously. So if I could make my own snow cones, that would have been.
That's right.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, because you're older and you would not have cared about a snow cone machine.
Wait, you don't remember this being a thing, Scott?
No, here's the reason. I would have loved something like this. Sorry, back that truck up. I'd love it today. Like right now. I can't eat that kind of sugar now.
Especially right now.
Yeah, but I would have totally been down for this. This idea of like making your own crap. I used to like that you guys had easy bake ovens and Misha would make me these terrible warm fake brownie things. Like I loved that idea that you could do all this, outside of the kitchen. That Matt and I could go in the backyard and eat chives in the rock garden because Mom didn't know that there was something you could eat out there.
Chives.
We did. If we got grounded or kicked out of the house or like get out of the kitchen, we'd go out to the rock garden and eat these chives that were growing out there. Like just
the way this thing worked. Like so, the Snoopy on top is like the forces the ice down the little spinner, and then there's a little snow shovel on the right for scooping it out of the hole there, and then the snowman I think was filled with the syrup, and you squeeze the snowman over the snow cone.
Wow, Brian, were you in my childhood? Because this is a great description.
Yes. No, I had a friend. I had a friend who had one, and I like you. I wanted one for myself as well.
Yeah, we're not that old, by the way. I think and Wendy thinks I'm 70, but it's fine.
It's the same friend that got a ColecoVision.
Oh, dang that friend!
I know. it's
damn
great.
him
We
even.
wanted to
There's
play
always
Mario all
one.
the time.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's always
One
one.
kid who always got everything. Okay, which leads to the feeling I want to conjure.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
So everyone think of what you kind of started down this road, but what was the thing that you wanted at any point? It doesn't have to be just young childhood. It could be adolescence. It could be today that you feel like if I had, then everything will be better, or I'll feel better, or I will
I'll be a
look
better person.
I will just be more successful. I'll feel more comfortable, whatever it might be. I want it to be like an object because this is like pre-Christmas. We're not going to talk the week before Christmas about this. We're talking about it now.
I already
I'm
have.
trying to remember the name of it. It was a small pinball machine. I want to say it was called Rocket Fire, but it used a real pinball.
Oh, Brian.
And it was like maybe that big.
I loved that thing.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I'm not talking about the Wildfire little handheld digital pinball.
No, it was like a medium, or it was a wider thing you could put on a table-ish. It
Yes,
wasn't huge.
yes.
What was that called? Crossfire says the chat. That doesn't sound right.
Crossfire was the thing that just constantly shut out balls at the other player. I don't think it was one of those.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I may have had one. Or maybe Matt did. Somebody had this. Maybe it was a friend again. I don't remember.
Yeah, what the heck was that? I'm looking. Atomic. Hold on. I think I found it.
Oh,
Atomic Arcade Electronic Pinball
That's
Machine.
it.
This is it.
That's it.
This is it. I found it.
Put the
Put a link in the chat room. All right.
yeah,
good.
they
So
need to see that.
describe the feeling. You didn't get it, correct?
No.
Okay.
No.
Describe what it felt like to not get it, to want it, to see someone else get it. Just bring us back.
I mean, it was of course, intense jealousy of the friend. I don't think ColecoVision snow cone maker got a Atomic arcade pinball game, but I definitely knew somebody who did, and we go over to their house and play it, and so there was obviously the jealousy of that. But then there was just kind of the, I can't really complain about stuff I got as a kid because I had an Atari 2600 before any of my friends. I had.
Yeah, you did all
My
right.
dad brought me a pachinko machine from Japan one time that I still have hanging up in the other side of the basement. So I'm all right with. I mean, I never really felt the disappointment on Christmas of not getting something very specific that I wanted because I still ended up getting great stuff.
Right.
Okay.
But I did.
So
you know what this is reminding me of though, and I'm trying to remember where I heard this, but there was someone in an interview. I think it was a Howard Stern interview talked about where the joy of wanting something is sometimes better than the joy of getting it.
Oh,
or
I
the
see.
the
Yeah.
feeling of wanting something. Like I like to want things. I don't necessarily always enjoy the feeling of getting it as much as the experience of desiring it.
It's a little
Does that
bit.
make
It's
sense?
a little like the grass is always greener on the other side kind of thing. It's a little bit different.
Kind
but
of, yeah.
Which is a thing and may only exist. I don't know this for a fact, but may only exist if you also are getting enough elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, might be, yeah.
Like, ooh, I like wanting, but I got a full meal and a warm bed and all my toys. You know,
yeah.
So maybe there's an extra version of it that is kind of exciting. But yeah,
I think so.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So Scott, how about you?
As a kid, it's so funny because now I have no FOMO. I don't care anymore about anything. Like I don't have any fear of missing out with anything anymore. Like I'll see something I may be wanting. Like I really want that new Mac Pro that starts at $6,000 and there's no way I can afford it.
Sure.
But I don't have this like intense sense of, oh my gosh, I got to have what that person has. So if I had to go back and think about when I did feel that way, probably, or if I ever felt that way, probably when, oh geez, what would it have been? It's also game related. When I was, I think 12 or something like that, I wanted an Intellivision real bad, and Mom wouldn't budge. And my was it who was the people across the street that we knew? She died sadly. Sandy
Had to be
Hart.
the Joneses. It seems like it would be the Joneses.
Yeah, the
wouldn't it?
Joneses are keeping up with it.
Yeah, Sandy.
Sandy
Hart.
Hart's son, one of her sons got one, and he was about my age, and so I would go over there and we'd play it, and I just wanted one so bad. I just remember thinking my life will be complete when I have an Intellivision. I look back now and I'm like, that thing sucked. It was garbage. But at the time,
well,
that was it. Yeah.
In both cases, your stories are when you're young, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to channel this same wanting, and you can claim, Scott, you don't care, but you do have a house and a car.
No, I mean, I care about keeping my bills up and stuff. I don't.
Okay, but that's what I want to do. I want to translate this into your adult life, this feeling of everything would be better if. And I want you to figure, what is it? Is it a number in your bank account? Is it a...
I sometimes think...
in terms of monetary.
I sometimes think if my house was paid off, that would be rad. Like because I don't like having debt, and we don't have debt anywhere else in our lives, really. We've worked really hard not to do that. And I would love it if we had no house debt. Like if there just was no house payment, and it's not so much about the payment, just that somebody else holds that over me. I just want to be done with it, pay it off. I want to be one of those people that, like Matt, who doesn't owe a dime on his house. I would love that.
That would be amazing. Yeah. For me, just catching up with any credit card debt I've got, just would it feels like it would take a huge burden off of my shoulders.
Yeah.
The weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost always financial when you're older, by the way. It feels like these sorts of...
Well, because you don't know they're financial when you're younger.
Right.
You don't know that you have to go buy the Snoopy Snow. I bet that was like $6.
Probably cheap. I'll bet it was like 12.
Yeah.
Something cheap.
Probably 12. I mean, that is way out of reach back then. Holy cow.
That's it. Still want my Tomy Atomic Fireball arcade game.
Yeah, you still want it. Somebody send it to him. Okay, so here's something interesting. There's a couple research teams in 2008 who were able to demonstrate that the place we process our social values in our brain, the striatum, is essentially our reward center.
Striatum. Ask your doctor if striatum is right for you.
It's right for you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Striatum. Damn near killed him.
This is also where we process how we feel about monetary gains. So interesting, right?
Yeah.
Our social values and our money feelings are right together
Great.
in the same spot, which explains the whole planet, does it not? I mean, I feel like that explains a lot of things. So, there's a question of, does your self-esteem or your sense of self, how is that related to money, how much money you have, how much you spend, the items that you buy? I mean, truly, Americans, as a general rule, are hoarders. I don't care if you think you're not. Every one of us has way too much stuff. And especially sometimes in poverty, there's even more collecting of things for the security of it.
Yeah.
But we really have a chronic problem here. And I don't know exactly why, and we don't have to get into that, but I think we just have a lot more space. Like, it's just big here,
Yeah, we got big giant swaths of land that we'll never fill. Well, somebody told me...
and more is better is kind of a mantra. Bigger the better, and everything's huge. And so I think there's some dynamics.
I don't know if it's still true, but for a while there was a stat going around, and I never confirmed it. But supposedly, if you put everybody in normal, like, townhome style housing, and you took every person in the world, all 7 billion people, you could fit them all in Texas. They could all live there.
Texas is big.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
something like that. Like, it was some crazy number like that. Not
I mean, it'd be like door to door the whole state, but still,
exactly.
alarming.
But it is alarming, and I don't think sustainable, but still, it's statistically
Definitely
interesting.
don't want to see that
Right.
happening. But go back to this idea that we're rewarded. So think about something you have purchased, someone has purchased for you, where it fires up the reward center of your brain, but makes you feel good about your life, good about yourself. Maybe you guys are too old and you don't need this anymore, and your identity is already established, and that's fine. But I think a lot of people, especially the much aligned millennial group, is that they have worse financial prospects than their parents, the first sort of generation ever.
Yeah.
To really experience that. And so you take them where they're sort of like their social values, the part that they're much more aware of probably than any other generation. And then the money thing, it's all together it's an interesting problem. Anyway, it's just got me thinking about, like, what's that like when you're in the middle of still developing the way you think about yourself and feel about yourself. So take somebody who has been told their whole lives, you can do anything, you can be anything. And then the social values that are constantly being fed to you through the gram is traveling and vacationing and nothing but fun and beauty. And, you know, like it's an impossible picture. And you're supposed to have gotten that because you were told your whole life you could.
Right.
And so that discrepancy, I think, can be really damaging. So I've been thinking just in general about how our relationships with money can damage us. And how, you know, some of this is biological. It's, I need to eat to survive. I need a shelter to live. And it grows from that very basic need because we've decided money, paper means goods and services and safety and, you know, that type of thing. So real quick, do either of you have any examples of where you have either witnessed someone else or in your own life how damaging your relationship with money is or its power over,
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Big time.
Relationship? Okay.
Big time. It was, I mean, you would have gone through it as well, though you were younger, but when Dad had basically his financial crash in the 80s, and we went from big house in Royal Lane and a boat and a motorhome and 3 trips to Lake Powell every year and, you know, all the stuff we were doing with his very successful video game / arcade business took a crash when the entire industry took a crash that year. Everyone always hears about that infamous 1985 crash that we were right in the center of that.
Yeah.
And we lost to the bank everything, the house, the motorhome, the boat. We went on kind of, you know, local welfare sort of stuff for a while. Ate weird food that was canned funny, like, you know, just to get by or whatever. And I remember very distinctly, and we went to Brighton High School, which is interesting because Brighton was thought of as kind of a hoity-toity school, but really it was a pretty broad economic mix of people.
Yeah. But there was definitely the upper end made it look like it was pretty rich.
It felt very heavily weighted that direction, even though it wasn't the most people. But isn't that kind of the 1%? That's kind of the whole problem with 1%. So they were a small group, but it felt like they were big and looming large, and they kind of commanded everything. But I remember personally just in high school getting a lot of judgment from that class and that set. I remember feeling that from neighbors. Now, you know, I'm perfectly willing to admit that some of that may have been us worried that that's how people would feel, and we kind of built our own little cage. You know what I mean? That's possible. But I remember specifically a dude who was like a very successful business guy tell Dad that, you know, he must not be doing something right in his life, and that's what's wrong with all this. And it was really brutal. And I remember hearing that. I was so angry, and I couldn't do anything as a teenager about it, but I was so mad about that. That same guy lost his business years later and committed suicide, so F that guy. But anyway,
karma.
Yeah, a little bit of karma there. But anyway, I remember that just a general feeling of like judgment and people being like, ooh, now we're damaged goods. Like we can't relate to you or talk to you or be around you. Whereas before, you know, everybody's happy neighbors and getting along and stuff. Definitely remember that. And I remember it being a real bummer. And it's this basis for, I say things like, oh, we try to stay out of debt. Kim and I are slavish about this. I do not want credit card debt. I don't want to be in over my head on a home or a car, any of that stuff ever. And I think it's because I have PTSD from Dad's business crash.
Right.
It's why it took me so long to do Frog Pants full time. It took me longer than it should have for me to finally cut the cord because I didn't want to do something that would put me in that place that I'd seen.
The family.
Yeah.
Because it was gnarly and I hated it.
I really could have used a scared straight moment like that growing up because college was a bad situation with like, oh, credit card, awesome. Let's get the things that, you know, that I want and paid for it. Certainly paid for it.
Yeah.
Right, because everyone has their own history with money, and yet we know some things collectively. Like one of my favorite things to do is when people talk about the lottery is to just like put a wet blanket all over them, like, oh yeah, you should read this book about all the people who won the lottery. Like it is so sad and so devastating for people's lives. Like you want your enemy to win the lottery. That's what you want. But it's so ingrained in us to have, well, first of all, there's certain topics we just don't talk about. And one is money. And I think it's because of this idea that so many of us have our own histories with it, our own weirdness about it, our own et cetera. And yet all the time, representations of wealth or lack of resources is out there all the time, right? Like clothes. So whatever you're putting on your body, we've all decided we know what that means about you, right? And there's an entire industry that gets to decide how we feel about someone's clothes. Like sometimes I just find it hilarious. Like Supreme cracks me up. And my kid loves to talk about it, that you write Supreme on a headband and now it costs $700. and he and his buddies like, we're going to buy some Supreme underwear. I'm like, perfect. Let's put $50 underwear on your gross butt. Like, what are you doing? And it's because it has the social, it's like, it's fake. It's all made up, but there's something about us. Yeah. Maybe it's obviously that our brains are wired the way they are for survival. It really kicks in and says like, hey, your value, and there is evidence. People do feel there's a bump in self-esteem when you buy something you believe gives you social credit. Sure. Right? So I put Supreme on my headband and I walk around school. And even though some people are laughing at me, all I think is they're laughing with me because I'm in the right category. There is a biological response to fitting in. So now we can look back at hilarious things we wore when we were younger. And I think it's so funny. Like there were, Scott, you may remember this. Do you remember units?
Units. Oh yeah, units.
Girls' clothes.
Yeah.
And they were like belts, and it was all ugly, but whatever. Anyway, it was called units, and there was a store in the mall, and it was like $30 a shirt. It was unbelievable. And of course, our mother like sewed them. So I had homemade units.
I remember that. I totally remember that. And
right.
she'd make
and so
you
now
wear that.
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But at the time, it just meant I was poor.
Right.
Right. And it meant cool kids were just like, ugh, gross. Why is your units built crooked or whatever, you know? So yeah, that was an ugly time. But anyway, so we each have our like defining or interesting moments, but there's growing out of those or sort of healing sometimes from some of those things. And there's even the reverse. So if you've always had a ton, plenty, spoiled rotten. I mean, we can, there's a lot of evidence where that is actually really dangerous for people too. And there's a lot of, documented evidence that wealth that is unearned by a particular person can really be a toxic influence in their life. So nobody wins here. Everybody's got some battle. So the idea is to kind of figure out your own. So Christmas is a great time if you are a practicing secular Christian to buy some Christmas presents. So think about right now. So you two just say, and people in the chat room, I want you to think about what your pattern is at Christmas. So it's December 5th today. And if you're from the Netherlands, I think you're putting stuff in your shoe. I don't know. Anyway, there's some holiday today. Anyway, so think about what your behavior is typically like. Are you oops, I bought too many presents? Are you a, Black Friday deal where you are just buying way more than you would normally? Like what's your jam when it comes to spending?
I'm mid-month order online scramble with the knowledge that Prime 2-day shipping will easily get it here in time for whoever I'm buying it for.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Kim does this stuff like a year in advance because she'll find deals and she'll be like, oh, your mother will love this and we can get it way out of the way. And so that's just in the closet waiting to be wrapped, and it's been there for 12 months and we spent less than we would have if we'd have bought it this week.
So I should be clear, Scott. We already know you're not doing any of this. But you probably need to buy one present for Kim.
Yeah,
right?
No, I do have to get something for Kim. I always get something for Brian every year. I get something for, some of the people I work with, that sort of thing. Usually in Kim's case, I have a conference call with my daughters, and sometimes her sisters, Kim's sisters, and I say, hey, what's going on? What did we think here? Because I'm bad at picking stuff. And they give me ideas and hints and things that she's into. If I don't already know. Sometimes I do, but it's not that unusual for me not to know. Here's the thing, though. I'm terrible at, finding a thing and going, oh, this is perfect. She'll love this. and just knowing that intrinsically. She's really good at doing that for me, even though I don't need anything. I don't want anything, and honestly, these holidays don't matter to me anymore. It's like I like the feeling of them. I like the giving, but I don't need a thing. Yet somehow she'll find out Christmas morning there was a thing I totally will fall in love with, and she'll have it ready. So she's very good at this, and I'm kind of terrible at it. So I have to do phone a friend basically every time I have to get somebody a gift. And in fact, like, I'm not going to give anything away, but Ibbot's gift this year is partially because Kim found a thing and said, "Oh, I'll bet Brian would love this." And I went, "Oh my gosh, you're right. He will love this." So just so you know, Brian, when you get this thing,
Kim really can. I should be thanking Kim.
Yeah, there's some Kim sauce on it because she had this great idea. But anyway, awesome. I'm just bad at it. I'm terrible at it.
She's very good. She's very good. We all know that. However, let's get to there's a certain amount of security, safety, sort of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Like you have shelter and food and you have extra bonus stuff of like a career that you really love and good people around you,
Yeah,
so,
sure.
You don't really need stuff. And yet there are plenty of people who have some of that and they also like have a real draw towards things or objects and stuff. And so one way to think about this is that, at least a psychological way of thinking about it, is that possessions can actually be a sign of your extended self. So if your car is particular, like you kind of over-identify with the things, or you pick them because they fit the way you feel or want to feel. And so that can be harmless and like not a big deal, like, oh, I like the color blue or whatever. But the extreme sort of version of that is I'm only good if I have these things. And so you can look around and maybe, you guys are just evolved and there's no problems here. And that's great. But I think sometimes it's, and a little look into it can be really helpful for people because we aren't great at knowing our own proclivities sometimes or our own biases. We're always bad at that. I should clarify. What is actually going on for you? So for example, I think it's interesting in our family, I don't know about Matt, but I know you and I and Misha, we don't really want things.
No.
So you take our growing up history, we should want things, right?
Yeah.
Like we didn't get things and then we had things and they were all taken away. And so we should be a little more messed up than we probably are with craving things, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's related to kind of the power of it was shifted, and I think our parents handled it in a pretty good way. Yes, are all of us terrified of debt?
Yeah.
Which, hey, I don't know if that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. But anyway, it is interesting how it affects us in the end. But thinking in terms of it's an extension of yourself. So right now, if I went into either of your offices, what is on the wall, on your desk, that is an extension of you? That it is a physical thing.
Oh, tons.
But like you'd feel naked if it wasn't in there.
So my walls are covered in art that I've done, but also there's a Diablo poster, a World of Warcraft poster, some things like, these are obviously bonus life things, but like I love stormtroopers. So I got like 12 stormtroopers back here. I got a World of Warcraft Legion box signed by the entire WoW team. Like a lot of stuff that nerds would like. And Brian, of course, has nothing but nerds.
I took one of those things. It was mumbo jumbo. I didn't even know what you're talking about. But if I took one of them.
This is by the way, that right there, that little interchange is my entire life with Wendy.
I believe it.
There's a lot of love, a lot of respect, a lot of great sibling stuff going on. But that right there is the pivot of Wendy and I's relationship. I just want to put that out there.
And so if I took one of those things away from you and I said to you like, well, I'm just going to put that in a closet. What does that feel like?
Like if you took this, I don't know if you can see it, but if you took this portal gun that I have, this replica here, which I'm very fond of, because check this out. Hold on, this is good radio. Where's the power? There it is. It actually makes a little sound. Anyway, and the orange one. Anyway, if you took this from me, which I prize and love a lot, and said I'm going to put this in the closet, I would be initially annoyed that you were doing that because I'd be like, why are you doing that? The thing is, if you did it without me knowing and I wasn't paying very close attention, I could probably go 12 years and not notice that my portal gun was out with all the other stuff.
Right.
I will admit that. That's true, right? But there are
By the way, Scott, right there.
Oh yeah, look at us.
Yeah.
We have matching ones.
Mine sits right behind me too.
Look, I do have this, which is spiritually shared with Brian. We probably should still figure out how to get one of these made, but the 2013 Podcast Awards People's Choice Award for the morning stream, this big trophy I got here. I'd know this was gone and feel bad that was gone because that's a thing I kind of treasure,
Your
So-
Hall of Fame trophy.
Yeah.
Seemingly the last Hall of Fame trophy that the Academy ever doled out, because who knows what's going on with
Yeah,
that.
that was weird that I ended up in that last group. I don't know why that was. But anyway, that was it. They're like, we gave it to Scott. Freaking hang it up.
Shut it down.
These things obviously don't mean anything anymore.
But I have Kim. So I was telling the chat room, Kim and I and the kids are trying a thing where we call it 5 out, 1 in, or 1 in, 5 out. And what that is every week you try to give away, if it's expensive, put it on eBay, or if it's a thing you can give to charity, take it to the DI or Goodwill or something, or if it's a thing I can give to a fan or whatever it is. 5 things gone, only 1 thing allowed in. We're
smart.
doing pretty good on the
It's a
5
good
out.
purge.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good on the 5 out, not so good on the 1 in. But
Well, I mean, doesn't the 1 in mean buying something?
yes, but sometimes it's like, sometimes I don't know
Seems
what
like,
to
It
count.
seems like that's even better, right? If you're doing the 5 out and not bringing something new in, that's even better. Right?
It is better. You're right. But what I mean by that is like sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 that are brought in, and it annoys me that we did 5 and brought in 3. But then there are things like, I don't know, a better harness for the dog when I walk her. You can't really count that. I mean, you can, but Anyway, I don't know if that answers your question, Wendy, or not. But that's the stuff.
no,
And Brian's like me, Brian, right? You got nerd crap everywhere, all over that
Yeah,
room.
it's nerd crap everywhere. If you were to, good luck, if you were to take my giant Tempest machine and shove it in a closet, I'd absolutely notice it right away.
Find me and take it back.
But that is the thing that it's like, that I feel like, it most exemplifies me in the
It's the extension of you a little bit.
extension of me. As a matter of fact, I think, I'm even wearing the corresponding T-shirt today.
I'm holding up the tiny one Brian gave me, the little Tempest machine, which I also
But
would
think
notice.
about this for a minute. Your social values, your sort of sense of self correlated to some things, right? That are actually like, if you just pan out to the universe, are nothing. Right? But for each of us individually, we have this stuff. Some of it is forged in painful childhood, right? And some of it's just like, we like it and it's fine. And there's extreme versions of this. And I think that's why we have some people on earth who do some really bad things because of their connection to money and success and ego,
Yeah.
So keep being good people. I won't come steal your nerd stuff. I apologize that I don't know what you're talking about. I'm glad you're you, and I'm happy to be me. So I want to close with sort of this idea of a way to think maybe a little bit differently about money.
Wait, before you finish this out, I want to say this. I think it brought, this is my opinion, I think it brought balance to the Johnson family that I went that way and you went the other way. That you were very left brainy, higher learning, that direction, and I went nerd boy. I think brought balance to the household.
Force.
Yeah, because I think if I'd have been like Wendy, it would have been weirdly competitive. I think if Wendy would have been like me, it just would have been weird. I don't even know what that even looks like. So I like it. I like the diversity. I think it made for a more interesting growing up. It makes us more interesting now as a sibling pair.
As a dynamic.
Yeah.
As a duo, yes. And it helps me in raising my children.
Yeah, your weird creative children are benefiting from your weird creative brother and their weird creative uncle so that we can make sense of the weird and the creative. It's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
well, yeah. And also a bit of the like, you be you, because it was always allowed for you to be you.
Yeah.
And you were a weirdo.
I was
and
a weirdo.
I was
know.
allowed to be me.
Yeah.
And I maybe looked good on paper, but I was still like probably a pain. You know what I mean?
Still eating
I did toilet paper a lot.
She was still eating 5,000 Smarties a day. So,
Seriously, I was so malnourished. Okay, so let's go to this final idea. So I want people to, and really more than anything, of course, because each individual, if I sat down with you and said, let's go into your money history, there's going to be really interesting things. Like if you're going to do a little self-analysis, ask yourself where you are in birth order in your family, talk about your parents' relationship with money, how they as a couple fought or didn't fight about money, what you knew. I mean, you could, there's all sorts of angles to take. So you can really break this down to like, what is the deal? Because I can guess that 90% of people don't think they have enough in the bank. And 90% of people, I don't know, maybe it's 99, because that needle always will move, because it's not about any numbers. It's about this dynamic sort of, the relationship with money and what that actually is. And half the time we don't know. We just don't talk about it. We don't deal with it. And then we just find ourselves in the same place. So I want to just switch how we think about money in 1 second. It'll be so easy. So I want everyone to think about money as something neutral. Because right now we think of it as it's either full of shame. Like, think of the power it has. You are bad because of it. You are not good enough. Your neighbors and friends, like, our parents' experience of like, they were literally discounted as people because they lost money. Like, what? That's insane. So money has all this stuff laid on it. It's the biggest projection screen I think we have on earth is financial stuff. So instead of it being that, what if we pictured it as something neutral like electricity?
Okay.
So electricity is good for some things, and it's really bad for other things. Right?
It's
like,
bad
don't get in a bathtub with
don't-
electricity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Don't
Right,
drop
yes.
your hair dryer in the tub. Don't pee on the electric
don't do
fence.
that. Don't
kind
do
of
that.
stuff.
The electric fence, right?
But it's necessary for some things, and then it's absolutely the wrong thing to be using for another thing, because it's just a thing. It's a neutral concept here.
Right.
And so if you are I'm in serious trouble, well, then go get help with the serious trouble with finances, and your relationship with money. Like, if you're not talking to anyone because of money right now, I'm putting you in that category. Like, if you have ended a relationship because of money, then you're on that side of the spectrum. This is more of the rest of us who are like, oops, I spent too much, or shoot, I got to pay my credit card bill, or, whatever.
Right.
So if we can think about it as electricity, or another more appropriate word, it's just energy.
Right.
So if you stopped using the word money and you used the word energy, you would say things like, do I have enough energy for this?
But what if I
Do I
want to
wanna
use the word
spend my
cheddar?
energy here?
I want to say cheddar. I can't.
Cheddar, that's fine.
Energy feels like I'm playing a video game. Dang it, I want to shoot. I want to go for the boss, but I don't have enough energy.
I don't have enough energy. Yeah.
Can I
need
save
more
up
Best
my
Bean gas.
energy? Right. But if you think of it as like, it's this sort of, what am I spending my energy on, or my money, or my life? And it really is true, right? Okay, so take how much you make an hour, take all your taxes out, take all your bills out. How much an hour do you have to spend on what? And so when you start to think about how much energy do I have to spend on this new whatever, and the question is, oh, you know what? I will find so much joy in that. So it's worth 100 hours of my energy.
That's interesting.
Whatever.
That's a weird game. It's almost gamifying it a little bit. It's
100%.
treating it like a resource.
And really what I want to take it away from, because this is the part I understand best, is that the shame that comes with it turns into toxicity or damage, right? So Mom and I have been having some conversations about her death, which is like another topic no one wants to talk about.
Wow. Yeah.
But I read,
Oh, yeah,
I told you guys about
this.
the book Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. You should all read it and go talk to your parents about death. It was really fascinating, and it got us really talking, and she's ready. She's got all sorts of things she's thought through, and I'm like, all right, the final thing is you plan your funeral and pick what you want to wear in the casket, and talk to me about who you want to do your hair, because I can't do it, So we were getting really detailed about it, and it was fascinating to talk about. And she said, one thing I'm really scared about is what happens when I die. You guys all don't want my Bell collection right now, but the minute somebody dies, suddenly objects have even more meaning, right? And then people get weird. And I'm like, Mom, none of us have ever asked for a dime from you. None of us want things. This is not going to be a problem. She's just like, yeah, you say that.
She says that
But
because her sisters and her did it. Yes. And the thing is, they showed signs of this before that. So
of course. And I really am not worried about us, but she's not wrong in that we all think we got it covered
right
until somebody dies and there's a will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you guys seen Knives Out by chance?
Yes, we both loved it.
It's so great. So
Yeah.
Adam and I snuck out and saw that.
I loved it. I actually have a theory. Now that I know you've seen that, I need to send you a text later. I have a theory I want to share with you, but I won't say it
Okay.
on the air. It'll give things away.
Yeah. It really is fantastic. But that is an exact hilarious version of this idea, right? And it's because maybe we're not fully that there is no other moment like a death where our real motives, our real feelings, our real baggage, our real shame or whatever. And so it's often really other words like love or acceptance or they liked you better than me or, so we're all contaminated by this thing a little bit. So everyone do a little work on this and see what happens if it changes some of your behavior, if you feel a little more free. Maybe you're like, I need to call someone. This is bad, But I feel like unchecked, because it's a topic we don't discuss, like death, we just don't talk about it. And so none of us are real great at our own problem with it, if that makes sense.
I think it makes perfect sense, and I totally agree with it. And I like this idea of thinking of it as because truly it is a finite resource, right? Like it literally is, but I don't think of it in terms of like, here's a meter of energy. I really like that concept. That's interesting.
And taking the word money out of it kind of takes away the power that we have that we associate with that word money.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
And that's why debt, if you think of what's the feeling in regards to energy about debt,
Yeah.
it's like a weight, like a suck. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
It is a suck. Ugh.
And if you think about that, rather than I'm going to ignore that and I'll deal with it later, and you actually think like, nah, this is sucking my energy, then it feels motivationally maybe a little different.
Sure.
And one of the best things we can do, absolutely, for our mental health and for our financial health, because we have lots of evidence of this too, and for our general sort of sickness with money, is to give some of it away.
Right.
Like unattach yourself, hand it over, even if it's not much. You can give $1 to a beggar. You can put a quarter neatly on a park bench. You can donate big. You can help another family. Like there's so many versions of this, but it isn't simply like, oh, it just makes you happy. Or yes, you'll get a little dopamine and feel good and you'll like the world a little more. But it also starts to train you in a way that is detaching from all the power that money has had over you.
Right.
So on a regular basis, it really is a very powerful thing. So I'll throw that out for fun homework.
Nice. Do your homework, everybody. We'll have a test tomorrow. No.
Test tomorrow.
None of that's true.
But I have a thing I have to ask everyone for help with.
All right.
Finish-
Okay.
Do your ending and then say, what do you want to
Okay,
pick?
here's my ending. Wendy's great, and she's on Instagram also. She doesn't have the followership that weird lady does with the kid thing, but you can still follow her over there at Wendy Dunford. She's also at therapythursdays.com, and you can find her at Therapy Thursdays on Twitter. All right, now your chance. What do you got? What are you going to tell us about?
So I need help.
Okay.
I cannot tell. I can't even describe the paralysis that I feel about this, and I shouldn't. It's so stupid.
Okay.
So we grew up with dogs, right?
We sure did.
We had rat dogs that mated with other rat dogs accidentally and had rat puppies, and it was a blast, and they were so cute, and it was so fun, and I loved it. And that's all I'm used to.
Yeah.
And my kids, I'm getting them a dog for Christmas.
Yeah.
Nice.
And here's the thing. It's been 20 years.
Uh-huh.
I haven't had a dog for 20 years.
That's sad.
I know. And I love dogs. I mean, it's like, this isn't the problem is not loving dogs or wanting one. I do. Oh my gosh, someone's calling me and I'm stopping. Anyway, I love dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know how to buy one. And here's the thing. I want a rescue dog. I want to do the right thing. I want I don't know if I could take a dog with like one leg and like one eye. Like I'm finding it harder to.
Well, you know my dogs, right? You know Rainer and Boomer.
Yeah.
They're both
great.
beautiful, wonderful dogs. One is even just she's just one step away from a pure breed dog anyway. They're both rescues. So it's not like you go to the rescue place and it's all one-eyed, one-leg, three-legged dogs there. It's a lot of times it's like, I mean, that's where Taylor found Izzy, the pit bull, that dog, even though they go for like $2,000 when they're not rescues, was a rescue.
I don't want to, speaking of money, I don't want to spend any. I mean, I know you have to. I know you have
to. Free dog.
Is it possible to get a free dog
Yes.
that's lovable?
Yes. So I assume, I don't know how it is in the winter. This is going to be the tricky part because you guys are nice and cold now. But here, drive down any road that has a Walmart, and there's almost always some family out in front of the Walmart with a box of puppies.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Kittens, too. It's just a great way for if people have a litter and they'll give them away. Sometimes they're selling them, but most of the time they're giving them away.
It's a way. I wouldn't say it's a great way to get rid of dogs, but it's a way.
It's one way of doing it, is what I'm saying. And you might be able to find that if you're looking for it. And that, in my mind, is as a kind of rescue because those people are idiots, and you probably want to just take the dog
You're
off their
rescuing
hands.
it from them. I know, and I want to do it the right way, and I know everyone has so many opinions, but I have to tell you something funny. So I go on Craigslist thinking that's an option to just see dogs, and I haven't been on Craigslist in 100 years. I don't even know, really.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all these cute little puppies, and instead of like favoriting them so I can see them later, I just flagged them all.
You flagged them. Flagged them is like
And guess what?
Is like offensive?
Yeah, so then the next day I go back to show Adam and I go, I flagged a bunch, but they're all gone. And he's like, and it's because you're not allowed to sell a dog on Craigslist. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you were marking them so that the Craigslist people could see, oh, these are being listed and they don't belong here. That's
I'm
amazing.
seriously failing left and right. I'm failing at this. So I have a favor to ask. If someone could send me an email and just take 5 minutes of you are a dog loving good human. Just write me like do's and don'ts and like how to do. I feel like I am, because my kid wants a Pomeranian. No, I can't have like a toy fluffy dog. I don't know what to do. I just need a hardy, healthy, kid friendly.
I love this. See, this is a great lesson, and this is a great lesson in another thing, and that is that Wendy is a relationship expert, someone who can help you fix your problem. You've got PTSD, or you've got, you're living with someone with bipolar. How can I do it and not go crazy? She can fix all of those things, really hard life issues. But dogs, they're so hard. They're so hard.
Do you know what? No, you nailed it. It's because I'm a relationship person. I need to love that dog. And how do I love a dog? I just see their picture, or like, I don't get it. I don't get how I fall in love with a dog.
You can totally fall in love with the dog. In fact, it'll happen right away. And you'll end up like me and Rainer, where I will be devastated when Rainer's gone. Like, I am so in love with my dog.
So how'd you get Rainer? Did she just cross the room and you both embraced? Like,
no,
how did you do it?
A couple of people sitting outside with a cardboard box at the Walmart.
Well, you're not far from the truth on that one. It was she actually cost money, but it was somebody who was at one of those places selling puppies. Oh no! Wait, that's Boom. That's how Boomer got here. Never mind. Sorry. Back it up. Rainer was at a rescue place.
Okay.
She had kennel cough. She was super scared of everything. She was being abused by whoever owners were before the place got her. They cut her tail wrong. Like, she was in a miserable shape, but she was just so sweet. And it was actually Kim who found her and went, oh my gosh, I think we maybe have to get this dog. And then they brought her home, and I said, hey, I thought we weren't getting another dog. And 2 minutes later was like, I'm never letting this dog go.
So I need Kim to come here and get me a dog, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Fly her out to Minnesota, done. Solved, problem solved. Yeah. No, I don't.
Wendy at therapythursdays.com. Somebody email me how to get a dog.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of dog lovers and experts in the audience. They will
friendly
totally hook you up.
rescue. I mean, you'll pay, but at least you're getting a dog that might get abandoned, euthanized, or whatever. But
totally, and I'm happy to do that. I just feel overwhelmed, and so I think, give me a free one that's just accidentally mated with my dog. That's how it works.
This is how this is what you know.
Because we were trashy people. I don't know.
We weren't trashy. We just let the dog out a lot. You remember that time I had to chase Daisy, or what was it, Daisy? No.
Sugar.
Cocoa. No,
Muffin.
Coke Muffin. I had to change. Misha named all our dogs.
No wonder Scott had such a hard time getting off the show.
Yeah, we have a problem.
We have a problem. But I had to run up in the hills, get Muffin, found her already mating with this male dog. And as we know, when that happens, the male can't get out of there very easy, right? It's a biological thing. So I was shaking Muffin up and down trying to loosen this dog because Dad was going to kill me. And she got pregnant anyway.
She's yelping.
Yeah, she was upset.
Terrible.
And the other dog was like, this is great. He's just chilling. He had no problem with it. Anyway, somebody email Wendy. Therapy Thursdays.
Yes,
no,
please.
Wendy at what is it?
Wendy Wendy with an I, WENDI at therapythursdays.com.
Wendy with an I, like a hooker or a stripper. That's the version of Wendy we're looking for.
Jeez.
Well, no, it is. It
or
is
a Barbie,
Wendy
or a
or a
Barbie.
Barbie. Okay, or a Barbie. I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be a stripper. Wendy, thanks. It's been great. We'll be back next week with more of Wendy Dunford. Thanks for your time.
Okay,
Goodbye.
bye.
All right. She's such a dork. Okay.
She is.
Somebody
With an I.
Yes, a dork with an eye. Dirk. All right. I'm going to play this call now because it's old.
Yeah.
I'm playing it for a couple reasons. It's very old, and I don't remember the conversation. And it's also Kevin, who we don't hear from enough. And so I want to play his call, and then Brian will help me decipher what happened.
Oh,
All right?
I love this. Okay, great.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Scott and Brian. Just wanted to call real quick. I was listening to your show from yesterday. You got some sort of powdery drink mix or something, but it's not sealed up. I cringed when you said that. Please don't eat that. That sounds terrible. If somebody wanted to, God forbid, do anything terrible, it wouldn't be hard. I'm sure the best intentions and all. And I say this selfishly. I have a long commute, and I don't want to go through the hassle of having to find a couple new podcasters to listen to. So please don't eat it. Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right.
Oh.
Do you remember that? What was that?
Somebody had sent us like a hot cocoa mix or something that they had made themselves. It was around Christmas time, I want to say.
Okay.
And they'd sent us a hot cocoa mix that they had made themselves for mixing cocoa powder and special sugar and cinnamon maybe or whatever. And
I have no memory of this.
And we talked about it on the show, and I think we even talked jokingly saying, I don't know, should we drink this? This is dangerous. Somebody could kill us. And I think that's when we must have gotten that.
Did we do it? Did we drink it?
Yeah, we totally did.
Okay. All right. Well,
Listen.
Yeah.
People can buy something that can make another thing look like it's packaged at a packaging facility. I could go to Amazon right now and get a sealer that makes it look like some box of coffee is, has been sealed. A sticker that holds the glass thing together, whatever.
Sure.
So if somebody wants to kill us, there's many, many, many ways they could already kill us. Those Oreo things, you can pull up that flap that makes it look like it's never been opened, just enough to inject something into the cream filling of one of those Oreos.
Oh, yeah, that's
There's
true.
plenty of ways.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
You could tamper with everything.
A little straw and some anthrax, right there, right into all the Oreos.
Wow, this is great. This is great.
I mean, I hope I'm not giving anybody ideas.
I mean,
but anyway,
yeah.
I'm not. I trust our listeners. I except for that one dude who tried to give us yogurt soda.
Yeah, remember that? Never trust that guy again. Yeah.
Never trust that guy. Don't work with him. Don't.
Nope. Yogurt soda. So don't have him edit things for you or any of that stuff.
He basically gave us spoiled yogurt soda that should have been refrigerated, I think.
Yeah.
And Tom got a bottle that hadn't spoiled,
Yeah.
and we got a bottle that was like open in the supermarket and put back and not refrigerated.
Ours was bad, and in Tom's case, he looks like a hero because everyone thinks his is bad too,
Right.
but he downs the whole thing.
I'm the tough guy because I drank all the yogurt soda. No, you just drank yogurt soda that wasn't spoiled, dude.
Do you remember that year he washed down a chocolate donut? One of Wendy's actually she brought.
He dipped a Dunford donut into Clamato.
Yeah, Clamato, and then drank the rest of the Clamato.
And then drank the Clamato.
Gross.
Yeah.
Clamato alone is enough to be gross. Put that with a cakey chocolate donut. What the frick?
TVZ Gun has a photo of the soda yogurt.
Yeah. He has a photo
Which
of
it looks
everything.
like the name is Sad AF.
Yeah, it does.
Like sad as.
Yep. It's about right. Sad
I
AF.
think it is. Yeah.
Gazeus yogurt. Soda yogurt.
Ugh.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I wanted to die. And you can look how bad it is in the top of that. Look at that.
Yeah. The fact that there's chunks stuck to the top of the plastic.
Foul, dude.
Yeah.
That
could have been the thing that killed TMS right there,
Yeah.
the yogurt soda.
You guys are lucky we're even still here. Look at that thing.
Exactly.
Nasty.
Yeah. Celebrate that luck with a Patreon donation.
Yeah. Let us head on over there right now at patreon.com/TMS.
Let us know how glad you are that we didn't die from drinking yogurt soda with a Patreon donation.
That's right. Get over there, patreon.com/TMS. Let us know how much you love us. If you love us at all, that'd be a great way to show it. Oh, look at some of these 2014 shots. These are great.
Oh, I should have. Let me go back to that link.
Oh,
2014, man. Wow.
That's when April had long hair. Feels like yesterday.
Viking lass.
Yep. Oh, there's our two ladies.
Look at that big sweaty lobby.
Yeah.
Filled with nerds.
Yep. There's you signing some stuff.
Oh yeah, there's the double clicks.
That's
That was the year
Justin's.
we had the double clicks performed.
Justin's wicked beard that year. For some reason, there's Joey and a guy with no shirt on. That's what you want. Oh, I know why he was doing a wrestling slap on.
He was exactly.
Iceworm.
He whacked Iceworm in the chest with that same wrestling slap.
Yep. Here's the pic, chat. Look at this thing. There's Iceworm, old Iceworm, getting smacked by Joey.
Oh, there it is, right there. Yes.
Yep. It's quite a scene. It's quite a scene. Anyway, that makes me kind of miss it.
Look at that! Look at that shot with like Veronica, Tom, MacCast, Adam is back there. I can't tell if that's Mark or Patrick. I guess it's a scarf, so it must be Patrick.
Yep, that looks right. Oh yeah, Patrick was totally there.
Ashley.
Yep, there's
Yeah.
Ashley.
That must have been the lounge, the relax lounge.
There's me about 30 pounds ago.
Holy skinny Scott,
Yep.
standing with Jury there.
Yep, look how thin I am.
Look at that shot. Jeez Louise,
Yeah,
dude.
Skinny. I need to get
What
back there.
happened?
It's hard to get back there.
Joey and Jocelyn.
Yeah. There's oh my gosh,
think
I
it was
don't
the year-
even look like
the year that she didn't hear Tina at all. Like Tina kept complimenting her, saying stuff, and then she wouldn't respond at all. And then finally, I said, "Oh, I like your nails." Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Like,
that's right. I remember that now.
Right next to me said the exact same thing, and
See, there I am standing next to Jury. I look like a weed.
like a rail, skinny as a rail.
And
Look at
he
that.
is so tiny next to me. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Oh, there's season 1 ANTP winner Amy Frost.
I got to get that weight back down. I'll do like I did last time. I
Oh,
just
no, never
starved
mind. That's
myself.
not Amy. That's somebody else.
I just starved myself. That's how I did it, Brian.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I just stopped
Exactly.
eating. So maybe I'll do that again.
There's,
Jury looks so small. It looks like I can pick him up and eat him.
Does Viking Lass looks like she's got a Splenda packet stuck to the bottom of her shoe?
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do.
Like you do.
Oh, Scott Fletcher. I miss Scott Fletcher.
I do too.
You know, we should do something where we all get together in some place.
I agree. What we should
all
do
at the same time, all together.
We should do is we should work on getting in March. We should talk to Fletcher. Get him out there.
Yeah, we should. We should. Well,
Anyway.
we got him out. We just need to. We need to get him out for a good reason.
Yeah,
that was the trick last time.
Yeah, he's no messing around. That guy. We gotta.
That's right. Oh, that was the year Tristan and Simon both came.
Yeah.
Because I see them helping organize all the.
Yeah, they came a
CDs
couple
that were
years in a row,
signed.
didn't they? 2015 also.
No, just one year.
Oh, okay. I thought they were both there in 2015.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Tally's,
I mean, they were both there in 2014, but they didn't come together in any other year.
Yeah,
Every
and
other year was just Tristan.
I thought they did the next year for some reason.
No.
Yeah, it says here, Tazoriel says, have you considered another diverticulitis flare-up? That got you down last time. No, she's right.
Have you considered it?
She's right. That is what got me down.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I don't know. I feel too good these days. It's hard for me to stop eating. But I am way down now. I've lost 17 pounds. I'm getting there.
That's awesome, dude. Very good.
But I'm pretty eviscerated in that picture. Anyway.
I'm excited to see how I do. I feel like I've been doing really well this week, so I'm excited to see what happens at my weigh-in tomorrow.
Are you still going to see Justine Bateman, or is she not there anymore?
No, I don't go to the Justine anymore because I go to the one that opens at 6:45 a.m. so I can just get it out of the way and then have breakfast because I don't eat before my weigh-in. That'd be silly. That'd be ridiculous.
I bet she misses you, dude.
I bet she does.
Justine Bateman. Yeah.
Yeah, because I went there when there was a Friday I could make it. I went to their place on Thursday, and they're like, "Oh, we thought you might have quit Weight Watchers," and like, no, I just go to a different place on a different day.
We bet that you'd given up. That's not very
Exactly.
nice.
Yeah. I'm sure they see a lot of that, especially like March, April, like after everybody's resolutions have stopped prompting them.
Yep, you're right. All right. Hey, a quick reminder, and then we're out of here.
Okay.
The 27th of the month, we're doing patron Playdate. It's a new idea we had that was inspired by our charity run, where you guys come and play more games with us, and we're going to do this on that Friday. It's the 27th. It's between the holidays. A lot of you should have time off, so it might be fun to come join us for that. It'll be 3 hours long. It'll be in place of a TMSPM. And I'm thinking about maybe even recording the audio just for the feed, just for fun. Like somebody somewhere is going to like that.
Might as well. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to record it. I don't know if anyone's going to listen to it without the visuals, but never mind.
I mean, the reason I think this might work is I used to listen to a show that was purely video, but I liked the audio better. And I also used to record Letterman at night and then take it with me to school the next day and listen to it on an audio tape.
Yeah.
So somebody somewhere likes that stuff. I don't know who.
Yeah. Well, and if you have the audio from the game, they hear the questions. If it's like a questiony thing, they just don't see the drawings if we're doing.
Exactly. Good point. Yeah, they'll hear everything. So that's the plan. The 27th, we're going to let patrons. They get first dibs basically, and if you join now or just ahead of the event, that's enough to get you in. So
you know what? What I'll do is I'll do a little sign up form thing, and so we'll have a list of or I'll give you a link to it that you can put on the Patreon page.
Okay.
Of a little sign up form, and then that way we can make sure that it's patrons.
Oh, good idea. We'll do a post on Patreon that's just for them.
Yeah,
that they can only see. That's a good idea. Yeah. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. See, there you go. The blind site. It doesn't need the visuals. Is that because you're blind? I mean, hey, there's a point there.
I think that's William, isn't it?
Is it? Well, we've got blind listeners, William included. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
That's you know what? That's what we're doing as a service to our non-sighted listeners. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Patreon.com/TMS is where that is. You can find everything else at frogpants.com/TMS. Let's get out of here. You got a little music for us before we go?
Quick little request going out here from Richard Tater, a.k.a. Dick Tater. He says, hey, howdy, Santa and Blitzen. I was wondering if you might play a tune off my new CD or my new EP, Happy Christmas, by Dick Tater and the Tots. Available on all major streaming services and for free on cdbaby.com. So if you want to go support them, go to one of those other places. If you can't afford to support them, go to cdbaby.com and look for Dick Tater. It's
amazing band name, by the way. I love it.
It is Dick Tater and the Tots. Yeah.
I love it.
This is Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I'd like to point out that the last request I made was for a cover that never made it onto the show because, in all caps, I didn't. Oh, hold on. Let's do it this way. I didn't follow the rules.
Do we take your submissions when you do that? Oops.
No. Right. No. Please insert public shaming and a PSA about how to properly request a cover song. Listen, if you want to make a request, you go to, what is it? It's tinyurl.com/TMS request. I can never remember if it's.
It's just, you know what, the easy thing to do, that same link we gave everybody.
Oh, you have a link.
Yeah, go to frogpants.com/TMS and it's right there. Big fat letter says click here to request a song. It'll take you, it'll hook you up, you'll be all good.
That's a good way to do it. But yeah, tinyurl.tms requests is another way to do it if you for whatever reason, if you have the ability to email, but you don't have the ability to go to a website. I don't know how that works, but anyway,
yeah, it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle.
I guess they're both websites. So you just want to go to one, you don't want to go to the other. Yeah. Stubbed My Toe Bro, signed Richard Tater, and he says, is it too early to test the ship's phasers?
No, but it might take a second. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm not ready. Okay, here we go. Test the ship's phasers. Oh, hold on. This is to test. There it is.
Let's test the ship's phasers.
There it is. Found it.
Phasers. I love it. I love that one.
So good.
Let's test the ship's phasers.
Yep.
All right. This is from the brand new Happy Christmas EP, available at cdbaby.com and all the streaming services. It's Dick Tater and the Tots, Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Wonderful. We'll be back tomorrow with a TMS PM in the afternoon. That'll be 3:30 Mountain Time. Come see us then. We'll see you guys then. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
They both last a long time.
Is that true? Do we both last a long time?
We both last a long time. It's true. Yeah.
I don't know what the context is, but man.
Much to our wife's boredom and delight.
Chagrin and delight at the same time, yeah.
Yes.
Somehow, simultaneously, we achieve both. And that's all I'll say. All right. Hey, we're back to the patron file here, giving you guys a little extra bonus content while Brian and I pick titles. And I'm sure that we got a few here today. Let's see if this
refresh
functions properly.
I'm gonna try recording using a new service called Ringer later today. to see if I can hopefully